Good morning, Breakfast Clubbers. It's a sunny Sunday morning here, and I'm at Bennett's in Liversedge. I'm going to be checking out their full English breakfast offerings. I've had a good recommendation, and I've had some good reviews as well, so we're going to check it out. Let's go! Today I'm in the small village of Liversedge, heading out towards Huddersfield, at Bennett's Eggs and Garden Coffee Lounge. This place was recently recommended to me by a friend who had only good things to say. So this morning, I'm here with a bread knife to check out their full English breakfast. Yes, I do like to take her out for a treat now and again. It's early on a sunny Sunday morning and we've arrived just before opening time. We're unannounced, so I take the opportunity, with the doors already open, to nip in and make sure we're good to go ahead with the review. And after being given the all clear, we've got our pick of seats in the large indoor lounge area. As we sit down and take 5 minutes to look over the menu, I glance up and can't believe it's now just 5 minutes after opening and the lounge is practically full already, with only outdoor seating left. It's clear this is a very popular spot, and I'd say if you're planning on heading here, best book in advance to avoid disappointment. Our waitress soon arrives to take our order, and both myself and the missus go for the Bennett's Full English, priced at £12.95. For that, you're getting 2 sausages, 2 bacon, 2 eggs, fried, poached or scrambled, 2 hash browns, tomato, mushrooms, beans, unlimited toast with butter and preserve. Black pudding is an optional extra at £1.25. So of course, that's going on the plate too. Drinks are extra. I've gone for a pot of tea, while the missus has ordered a cappuccino. And it's only a short wait before our breakfasts arrive, so let's tuck in. Thank you very much. Looking at the plate, first impressions are good. Yet again, the beans are in a ramekin, which gives us full control of when and where they're unleashed. Always a big bonus in my book. The rest of the plate is neatly arranged, finished off with a touch of greenery as garnish. It's a tidy, appetising plate and sets us up nicely. Score, 8 out of 10. Looking at the toast now, we've got a single thick slice of white toast, lightly done so the bread stays fairly soft. Once buttered, I use half with a marmalade for a sweet starter and save the other half for dipping later on. And don't forget, it's unlimited toast here, so feel free to order more to your heart's content. And in my opinion, that earns them an extra point for the toast straight away. Score, 9 out of 10. Let's move on to the mushrooms. About a dozen very small button mushrooms here. They're hot, cooked well, and not too watery. But the flavour just isn't quite there. Even a shake of black pepper doesn't bring them alive. Sadly, they're a bit of a letdown overall. Score, 4 out of 10. Let's move across to the tomato now. We've got a whole tomato here, cross-scored and lightly roasted. Cutting in reveals a soft, watery centre. It's piping hot, but unfortunately lacks any seasoning, which would have lifted it. Still, an extra point goes their way for serving an actual whole tomato rather than just a half. Score, 5 out of 10. With the tomato covered, yes, it's time to release those beans. Once again, a generous portion served in the ramekin with a rich, thick tomato sauce. And since we've got a bit of tomato water left on the plate, it's a perfect spot to tip the beans and let the two mix together. They're sweet, hearty, and exactly what you'd expect from good old baked beans. Score, 8 out of 10. And after those beans, it's the eggs that really steal the show. 2 fried eggs done sunny side up, the whites are cooked through nicely, and cutting in reveals golden yolks that are extremely runny, exactly how we like them. These are perfect for dipping a bit of that hash brown or toast into. Honestly, they're spot on. Score, 10 out of 10. And speaking of dipping, let's get into those hash browns. 2 golden hash browns with the perfect crisp on the outside. There's even an audible crunch when cutting in. The shredded potato filling is thick and tasty, and when paired with the egg yolk, it goes up another level. Score, 10 out of 10. From potatoes to pork, let's talk sausage. 2 thick pork sausages on the plate. It's not clear whether they're locally sourced, but the quality is obvious. They look a touch overcooked, but cutting in shows a thick pork mince interior. Moist enough, but strangely a little dry on the tongue. They've got a dry, savoury flavour that I'm personally not a fan of. I'm afraid these just didn't do it for me, but I can still appreciate the quality. Score, 5 out of 10. Next up, the black pudding. A single thick hockey puck shaped piece of black pudding. The exterior has a nice dry crisp to it, while the inside is thick, crumbly, and perhaps edging too far on the dry side. That said, the flavour is rich and earthy, and it pairs well with the beans. On its own, it might not blow you away, but as part of the plate, it's a welcome addition, and certainly enjoyable. Score, 7 out of 10. And last but not least on the main items, the bacon. 2 rashers of unsmoked bacon, the fatty edges are crisped well, and the rashers themselves are thick, juicy, and full of meaty bite. The missus found hers quite salty, though mine didn't have the same kick, so perhaps a little inconsistent. Still, the texture was good, the flavour solid, and it had that balance of crisp and chew that you want from bacon. Not the best we've had on our journey, but still a very respectable effort. Score 7 out of 10. Now then, let's talk about value. At £12.95, you could be forgiven for thinking this is on the pricier side, especially compared with no frills greasy spoons, but here you're paying for the location, the atmosphere and the reputation, and that's part of the package. The indoor lounge is clearly a draw, the service is polished, and the fact that you're sitting in a busy, well-loved spot adds to the experience. Add in the unlimited toast, which is a cracking touch and something I've rarely seen outside of a buffet, and it suddenly feels much more reasonable. For a cafe that's pulling in crowds from opening time, while I might not be scoring it high, the price tag does make sense. Score 7 out of 10. A quick run through now of the missing items, and it's only fried bread today, so we will be docking that single penalty point. And with that done, it's time for the final reckoning. After chucking all those scores into our proprietary number cruncher, Bennett's Eggs comes out with a score of 79 out of a maximum of 110 points. And converting that into a percentage, today's final Breakfast Club score is 71.8%, which puts them comfortably into our good rating bracket. Looking at the leaderboard, Bennett's just misses out on cracking the top 10, but still a very respectable score. All in all, a good effort today. Both of us enjoyed our visit with good food, a very pleasant lounge atmosphere, and service that was absolutely top notch. And before we headed off, we did have a wander around the little petting farm at the back of the lounge, which is a lovely bonus attraction, especially for families with younger ones. If you enjoyed this video and you like what we're doing, the best way to support us is to like, share and subscribe. It's free to do, and it really helps the channel grow. All that's left to say now then is may your bacon be sizzling, your fried bread golden, and your yolks runny. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. So that was my breakfast here at Bennett's and Eggs this morning. Thoroughly enjoyed the breakfast inside. Afterwards, had a little walk around the petting farm. Saw these fellas here. I'd highly recommend this place. Give it a try if you're passing by. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.